Social Media Marketing 2021. Discover the secrets to turn your online business or personal brand into a cash cow using Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. Digital marketing strategies for beginners are included. Written by Michael Branding, narrated by Jim Rising. Chapter 1. A Basic Introduction to Social Media Marketing. Before getting started with the most effective strategies you can use to market your products or services using social media, we think it is important to give a clear and concise definition of what we're talking about. The risk is, in fact, to label every marketing activity conducted online as social media marketing. This could not be farther from the truth, as you will better understand listening to this book. To better define what social media marketing is, we can use the definition from Wikipedia. Social media marketing is the branch of marketing that deals with generating visibility on social media, virtual communities, and aggregators 2.0 for companies, public entities, associations, and personal brands. One of the characteristics that affects today's communication is precisely the impossibility of creating face-to-face relationships with your users, or rather with your audience. As we can see by the definition, there is no social media marketing without someone to market to. We call these people the target audience, or simply audience. The target audience refers to a group of potential customers to whom a company wants to sell its products or services. It is highly important to create a well-balanced relationship with the people you want to address, and to do so, you need to interact with them. Social media offers the perfect vehicle to do that in a simple and effective way. This is why more and more companies are relying on the power of these platforms to interact with their audience. Therefore, we can use a more simplistic definition of social media marketing, but that will assure us to get to the point. Here's the definition we'll use during the course of this book. The purpose of social media marketing is to create a conversation with users. And what about the good old website? Many think that social media marketing is separate from blogging, as they are two different forms of communication. However, it is not completely true. The truth lies in between, in the sense that objectively, the communicative style must necessarily be different. It is true that the target is always the same, but it is also equally true that those who interact with the company through social media do not want long and complicated posts to read. However, it is also very true that those who read a blog may not be interested in scrolling pictures on Instagram or liking posts on Facebook. Hence, why it is always important to have a clear idea of where we're communicating, not only who we're talking to. It is important to go a little bit deeper here and point out that it is not only a matter of blogs or social platforms. The difference lies in between the various social media as well. This means that each social network wants its specific type of communication, and therefore there is a further differentiation of the work to be done. We'll get a better grasp of this concept when we talk about the different platforms specifically. Returning to the great help that social platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn can give to companies and personal brands in their marketing efforts, what we must focus on to understand is what it means to invest in social media marketing activities. In fact, some people still take it lightly and think that posting random pictures on Instagram or spamming comments on Facebook pages is what this is all about. On the contrary, social media marketing needs to be taken very seriously, as it can really help a company or a brand a lot in terms of engagement and sales. Putting it into practice. Now, we can really dive into the subject and understand what it really means to invest in social media marketing activity. To be done well, social media marketing needs to be done by someone with experience, or at least by someone who understands the concepts we've just talked about. In particular, a good social media marketer should be able to do the following things. Make a detailed analysis of the communication type in the target audience. This is absolutely critical, as we'll see in the chapter dedicated to the creation of the potential buyer identity. Know the social and web marketing communication dynamics. By this we mean he should be able to understand how to properly write on the different platforms and how to adapt the same message to various types of posts. Have a certain versatility in the use of graphics programs such as Canva, Photoshop, and GIMP. Big brands and companies might have the possibility to outsource this part. However, if you're just starting an
Sample complete. Ready to continue?